Salute. This is Boxing Nocturnal Thoughts. And I'm listening to Contender Regime Boxing, a live he did. And I'm listening to it on the playback. And I'm about 23 minutes into the video. And I had to stop. And I had to make this video. Because he said something that made me think something. Boxing Nocturnal Thoughts. He was talking about Spence versus Bud Crawford, and how when these big fights happen, historically the way they happen, they just come out of nowhere. And you talking about, he reminded me of when Mayweather and Pacquiao, after all that time passed, when the fight was about to happen, Mayweather met Manny Pacquiao at a basketball game, and they came and they was on camera shaking hands together, and then the fight just was boom, announced. I hate to get all Illuminati and go down rabbit holes, but I'm gonna say this from Ephesians chapter 6 verse 12. We do not wrestle with flesh and blood, but principalities, with rulers from the darknesses of this world, from spiritual wickedness, from high places. There's certain boxing rituals that have to get done before this fight is made. And when we see that boxing ritual, this fight is gonna go down. People talking about contracts, and it is contracts that's being negotiated. See, but we just talking about money. No, that's all y'all talking about is money on this YouTube thing. But there's contracts that gotta be signed before this fight happens. And there's boxing rituals, because boxing is just it's theatrics, it's the theater, it's a show, and it's big business. And there's certain things that have to be done for a fight that acquires this much power and this much energy. Powers from high places. Like you said, Contender Regime said, from the powers that be, they know the numbers. They know a lot of things. I'm gonna leave it at that. But the powers that be, the certain things that have to be performed, like they did it, you've seen it almost happen before when they first met. Like, this video is so infamous because we seen the not to get all Illuminati, not all illuminated and all but we seen the some of the ritual already performed when Spence had on the whole red joint with the gold chain, and Bud Crawford had on the black and the gold and the Timberlands, and they went back and forth, and Bob was right there. None of that was by accident. That was a performance. And it's boxing, and we love boxing. And this fight is certain things that have to take place on the stage before the contracts are all fulfilled, and then this fight is going to go down. And when we see that, and this fight is announced, it's not going to be like on Twitter or on YouTube like that. It will be, but that's not how it's going to happen. We're going to see it in the energies and the powers that be and the principalities and everything that got to come together for this fight to happen. It's going to come together. We're going to see it. And us as boxing fans, if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. But subscribe to the channel. Hit the thumbs up. Salute to Contender Regime Boxing and everybody out there in the boxing YouTube world. This is Boxing Nocturnal Thoughts. Salute.